Hey guys, Grady's mom here, and today I wanted to do a budgeting video or sort of like a bill paying video. And I wanted to show you guys the method that I use to keep track of my monthly bills each month. Now, by bills, I don't mean things like groceries or gas or miscellaneous purchases. I just mean actual bills that come every single month. Things like your mortgage, your utilities, your car payments, things like that. So what I've created here is a mock of what I actually do. Now, all these sort of categories of the different bills I pay every month are legitly things that I really do pay every month. The only thing here that is sort of going to be a depiction is the actual amounts of the bills. I do feel, that it's just a little bit too private to share actual to the penny dollar amounts of what my monthly bills are. However, I will say that they are pretty close as far as what my monthly totals are going to add up as. So again, all of the actual names of the places that I pay my bills are real. These are real things that I pay every single month. The only thing that is going to be, I guess you could call a depiction, are the dollar amounts. So what I did was I just configured the dollar amounts and sort of tweaked them a little bit so it added up very, very close to what we actually pay each month. But again, just for privacy, I don't want to show exactly to the penny what exactly we're paying each month. So I have been using this exact method for 10 years, or you could, I guess, call it 9.5 years. So I'm just going to say 10 years. The reason I do it this way, where I physically old school with a pen write it down, is because it keeps me in check. Now, I know a lot of people don't choose to do it this way, and that's fine. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. This is just the way that I do it, that I have found the most successful way for me to be able to hold myself accountable, to physically grab old school, a pen and paper, write every single thing down each month, and then right when I write the check or pay the bill online, I make sure I check it off with the check number and the date and everything, so I can quickly just reference my notebook each, week or month and see what is due. So the way that I do it each month is I have three sort of columns. I have what the bill is, the amount of the bill, and the due date. And I organize these by the dates they are due. So I start with the bill that is due the earliest in the month and go all the way down, as you can see, to the very end of the month. That's just what works for me. The reason why I choose to do it this way is so that when my husband gets his paycheck every Friday, I can look to see, exactly what's due, when it's due, and it goes in order. So I'm not bouncing all around, this is due the 20th, this is due the 4th. I just do it right in order. So I can almost even go down the list and just pay, whatever bill is due the previous, the next week. I can pay it the week before or whatever, based on my husband's paycheck every Friday. So again, I've been using this method for almost 10 years. And pretty much what I do, now this would be last month. So what I would do is I have my mortgage first because it's my biggest bill and it is due on the 1st. So what I would do is for the mortgage, I would just write the check and then I would mark the date, which is May 30th, check that it's paid, and the check number. I write the check number just again to hold myself accountable so I know, to balance my checkbook and, just kind of keep track. I try to keep it pretty simple and cut and dry. So it's just, again, the bill, the amount, and the due date. It's very simple. And this method has been working for me extremely well for the past 10 years. And I don't think I would ever do it any other way. I think I'm just going to continue to do it that way. So here I have the categories of mortgage, my cable and internet, which are combined, Duke Energy, which is just our utilities, Verizon, which is our cell phone bill, State Farm, which is our car insurance, my Pathfinder loan, my husband's truck loan, my gym membership, and along with my CPI home security. Those two things are electric. They're paid electronically, just taken out of our bank account electronically. So I don't have to worry about writing a physical check each month for these two things. Now, we have a credit card. We have several credit cards, but we don't have any credit card debt. So we used our credit card last month on for our family vacation. So the reason I have it here and then not anywhere else is because when we do use our credit card, we pay it off in full, unless obviously for some reason we can, then we can't. So I just have the Amex credit card, and I put in parentheses vacation so I know exactly why we have that balance with the amount, and I paid it off in full last month, and I did indeed pay it off in full. So then I do my monthly total bills. Again, that is everything here. And last month in June, it was $5,851.99. Obviously a lot higher because of this amount here. But now this is paid off. So moving into July, you're not going to see American Express because that card is paid off. Again, if I didn't have the money to pay it off in full, then I wouldn't be able to, obviously. So a normal month's bills, again, not groceries, not gas, not, extras or anything like that, just my bills, I have $31.90.57, which is fairly close to what we pay. And then when you tack on groceries, gas, and again, miscellaneous or recreational things, obviously it's a lot higher. So whatever we, can save each month, we save. If there's, a bigger expense, like for example, back in May, we had to pay our car tax, which is a once a year tax we have to pay here in South Carolina, and ours was about $2,000. So in May, we weren't able to save as much money, nearly as much money, because an extra $2,000 came out of this to pay that yearly car tax. But luckily, it only comes obviously once a year. So again, what I do, like for July that we're in right now, I have the mortgage paid, the cable and internet paid, the utility bill paid, the cell phone bill paid, and the car insurance paid. And then when my husband gets his next check, I'll just chip away at, all of these things. And then again, I have to budget with his check, not only with bills, but for, our weekly groceries, our weekly gas. My husband spends roughly about $100 a week in gas. He commutes to North Carolina, and we live in South Carolina. So he commutes about an hour each way to work. In addition to that, he sometimes has to drive here and there for different job-related things. So he easily spends $100 a week. And gas is pretty cheap here, but he does have a truck, and I spend about $50 to $60 a week as well myself. So it just helps me stay in check, and then I know what bills I can pay, and then what money I need to leave left over from his check to be able to buy our weekly groceries, to give our gas budget, to give us cash for gas if there's maybe something coming up or somewhere that I'm going that I know I need extra money that week. I need to be able to budget all of that out of my husband's check. I'm really glad he gets paid once a week. It makes it easier for me to know what I can pay, what I can't pay, what I can save, and what I can't save. And then my money that I make just from either reselling items or my YouTube earnings, it could be whatever little mommy money that I have. I just kind of use that for mainly things for my son, or something for myself, or something for my husband. I don't really use that for too many bills. Right now I'm working on being able to use my mommy money for my son's back to school clothes and shoes and things like that. So anyways, this is just how I do it. I just have a notebook just like this one, nothing fancy. And by actually writing it out every month, it just holds me accountable because I manage the money. So this is what's working for me. The reason I wanted to share is because I know there's a lot of people who don't really have a method. They just kind of get a bill in the mail, and when they can pay it, they pay it. And sometimes with that method, it's hard to keep track of what you paid, what you didn't pay. And if you're anything like me, your memory can sometimes be a little fuzzy with mom brain. So again, I hope this gave you some good insight if you're looking for a way to do this in a very simple way. No spreadsheets, nothing fancy, just simple cut and dry pen and paper every month. And it just really, really works for me. And I would highly recommend putting your bills in the order of due date, just so that you can quickly reference and see what's due, when it's due, and then you'll know how much you have to work with and how many bills you can pay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more budget sort of related videos, how we do things, definitely comment down below and let me know. Otherwise, I hope this helped you get an idea if you're someone that's looking to be able to keep track of your monthly bills every month all in one spot in a very simple way. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.